Hello, hello. I am live on Instagram and YouTube right now with this broadcast, and I've never gone live simultaneously on both platforms. So I'm hoping that this works. It's a complete surprise, a complete pop-up live. I was sitting in the movie theater watching Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which, by the way, is a terrible movie. Don't see it. It sucked. It like literally was just awful. It was awful. Don't go see it. We didn't even make it through the whole thing because the first Ghostbusters was like, a lot of fun, but girl, it was not good. It was not good. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Movies aren't what they used to be in a lot of ways. On the way home, my daughter was like, I think Chat GPT wrote that, Mom. Isn't that funny? Okay, so for those of you just tuned in, if I'm looking at two different screens, it's not because I'm trying to be shady like Diddy. It's because I'm trying to be on YouTube and Instagram at the same time right now so that everyone watch. Okay, so today I'm going to pull up the article. So for you who are watching on YouTube, for those who are watching on YouTube, can see the article. For those of you who are not watching on YouTube, you will not see the article, but that's okay because you can look it up for yourself. Okay, so Sean Diddy Combs, LA and Miami homes raided by law enforcement officials say. How apropos for the eclipse. How apropos for the eclipse. And remember, this is a Libra eclipse. Now, I saw another astrologer say something about this, and it kind of got my wheels turning. Since the North node's in Aries and the South node's in Libra this year, I really feel like this is about this whole year, this whole 2024, right? An 8-year, a Saturn ruled year. I'm all about disclosures and karma and fate, but that Aries Libra is all about male and female. And right now, what is the dispositors, the North node and the South node, where their planets are both in Pisces, which rules screens, okay, which rules screens. So all these things that were done to men and women of Hollywood, behind the scenes, probably recorded on screens. It's all coming. It's all coming. So I'm going to tell you what's going on in his chart that's revealing all of this, okay? And I feel like there's a lot more to come, especially in 2 weeks from now. In 2 weeks from now, it's going down for real. I used to dance that. It's going down for real. Okay. And I excuse the appearance. I am so tired. I've been doing so many eclipse readings, and I just took a shower and I put on my skeleton jammies. I was just like, I'm too tired. I need to take a shower. And when I was in that gross, Gita, that gross theater watching that disgusting Ghostbusters movie, it just smelled like movie theater. I just got to get the movie theater stink off of me. All right, so let's get into it. So Sean Diddy Combs' LA and Miami homes raided by law enforcement. Not just law enforcement, y'all. Homeland Security. Homeland Security does not go and raid your home. Like, they don't just do it for anybody, okay? If there's an issue, they suspect something, somebody suspects something, maybe the police will come with a warrant, but you need evidence, you need proof. Homeland Security means that there's trafficking, okay? International. Homeland Security means international, okay? We're talking about within the country, between states, and international, okay? So let's read together. Sean Diddy Combs' homes, multiple, in LA and Miami have been raided by Homeland Security investigation agents. By the way, this is from CBS News, mainstream, and other law enforcement officers due to a possible ongoing I'll just say trafficking investigation. U.S. officials confirmed on Monday. Okay. So earlier today, Homeland Security New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from Homeland Security, LA, Miami, and other local law enforcement partners. Homeland Security said in a statement, "We will provide further information as it becomes available." I do feel like there was a possible informant. But I remember a couple weeks ago, you can go on my YouTube and look at this. Okay, if you're watching this on Instagram. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go back later and watch this. I did a video called Diddy is Done and Mitch the Glitch Retires. That's my title. That's like 3 weeks ago. I created a video called Diddy is Done and Mitch the Glitch Retires. When that guy came out with all the intel and he said he had videos and wanted, he said, I have the receipts. And I said, oh, he's done. So I don't remember everything I said astrologically on there, but like I said, we're going to get into the astrology in a minute, but I said it's going to get worse for him, and it is. So good, because justice is being served. Karma is being served. Combs has faced multiple assault. I'll just say assault, and you know what kind, allegations in the recent months. And we're not going to go through all that. Okay. So what we're going to do now, I am going to talk about his chart. What's going on. Now, a lot of people believe he's a Gemini rising, but we don't have actual proof of a birth date. So I'm not going to go off of the house system on this, okay? Because we don't know for sure. There's speculation. That's all. There's birth chart rectification, speculation. There's no rod and rating. If you want to go look up a celebrity birth time, go to astro.com or astroseek.com and have a rod and rating. And if it's A or double A, that means that somebody actually exhumed the birth certificate. They had a copy of it, or the celebrity said it themselves. Okay. So, or public figure. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about what planets he has around 5 degrees. Okay. So what he has here is his Chiron in Aries is at 5 degrees. And his Chiron is in a retrograde. So when I see Chiron in Aries, you know, he already has his Chiron return. He's 54 years old, but there's always some kind of like bodily infliction, usually to do with a male. Okay. We know that he abused not just only females, but he also abused males. His Chiron is at a Gemini degree. So, you know, he is an entertainer, he uses his voice, and I feel like he used that power of persuasion and also the threat of violence to get what he wanted from people. So that full moon eclipse was opposing his Chiron. It was opposing his Chiron. So I feel like that wound that he was inflicting on other people, because I don't think he ever, well, I know for sure, almost for sure, he never was healing his own childhood trauma. He was inflicting on others. It's like, no more. He cannot do that anymore. That's done. He's banned from that. He's banned from that. Okay. So I also love to see what is going on with his personal astrology besides the eclipse. Okay. And we're going to talk about what's going to come in for the next eclipse for him too, because that's important. But right now, I see that his asteroid Juno is in Capricorn. He was born with that, okay? He has the North and South node in Aries in Libra squaring his asteroid Juno, which is soul contracts. So all this domination, right? Because Juno's in Capricorn, he likes to be in charge. He likes to be in charge of his partnerships, okay? We know that. We know that. It's like, you can't do that anymore. You are done being the authority. All of these soul contracts that he broke, right? Because when you go into a soul contract with somebody, you're not supposed to use and hurt them. If somebody tells you, if a reader goes into that with you, like, well, it was in your soul contract to be hurt by this person. No, you weren't. No, what they did is they fumbled the soul contract. So instead of helping people, he hurt them. So with the node squaring his Juno, it's like he's going to get karma because he did not fulfill the soul contracts accordingly. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I got to put on some chapstick. Okay. Now, something else that is going on with him that we need to talk about is the fact that when the next eclipse happens in April 8th, I have a bad feeling. This is what I'm feeling, and I'm going to pull some cards about it in a minute. I think he's going to get Epstein, y'all. I think he's going to get Epstein. Why is that? I feel like he's going to talk. I feel like they have the receipts. I feel like this last guy, I think his name is Rodney, that said, you know, he was working in the Love album with him. He said he had all the receipts because Diddy made him film everything. So he has the receipts. Okay. And I feel like he's going to talk and he's going to start telling about other people. And if this is Homeland Security, guys, that means he's involved in all sorts of, I'm trying to censor this. So I don't like being censored, but this is Instagram. This is YouTube. He's going to be Epstein. He's going to be offed. He's involved with a lot of dangerous people who don't want to be called on their stuff. And this is the beginning of the end. Okay, this was a catalyst moment. This is freeing all of that. Libra is the higher octave of Saturn, right? This is a Saturn ruled year. This is the South Node. Everything that he did to those women and those men, anybody who is vulnerable, it's over for him. It's over for him. He has a lot of Libra placements in his chart. Let's go through them. Okay. Remember, this eclipse is happening at 19 degrees. Hey, Elise, 19 degrees. Okay. 19 degrees Aries on April 8th. Okay. So on April 8th, what will happen? We'll talk about his children in a second, Tiffany, because there's a rumor about that. There is a rumor about that. So he has the following planets in Libra: Uranus, Jupiter, and Venus. Okay. Today, the moon opposed that Uranus, that partial eclipse opposed. Now, since we don't have an accurate birth time, I feel like that opposition is telling me that he finally is in a radically different position than he ever thought he'd be in. Okay. It's like he thought he was invincible. And just like that, it all came down. That's the Uranus. And I think that it really emotionally affected him. I think he is pooping in his pants right now. Anyways, April 8th. So on April 8th, he has his Jupiter and his Venus at 22 degrees Libra. Okay. 22 degrees is a Capricorn degree. It's the kill or be killed degree. It's very volatile. So he definitely, like I said, he romanced. He was a big romancer. He put on the charm. When I look at this chart, remember that the South Node is a Venusian South Node, right? It's ruled by Venus. So all those women. So with this eclipse on April 8th, that eclipse will oppose his Venus, oppose his Jupiter, will oppose his luck, his abundance, his money. Because remember, Venus and Jupiter a lot of times rule money, especially if they're in a conjunction. It's not only for Capricorn, it's for any 22 degree. Okay. He is going to lose his empire. He is going to lose his empire. I feel like, and there's 22 people on here right now too, so that's a sign. I feel like all of his money, I feel like a lot of it is dirty money. I feel like he was money laundering. I feel like his record company, his other businesses were a front for other things. Okay. So I feel like on April 8th, there's going to be a big loss of money for him. I also feel like his luck is over. And it is possible because Mercury retrograde in Chiron is opposing that Venus and that Jupiter, that more and more people will come out and there will be more and more confirmations about what he did, more witnesses and more accomplices that will come out too. I'm looking at the chart too for one more thing. It's really, really, really telling that this all started, hey, Christine, when Pluto ingressed into Aquarius. His Mars is at 0 degrees, 8 minutes, Aquarius. Pluto and Mars often indicates anger, violence, combustion. And as soon as Pluto went over his Mars, which also symbols your male virility, Your sex drive. It's like he can't anymore. His power, his battery pack is being taken away for the collective. I wish I had his birth time. I wish we had his birth time, but we don't. Anyways, I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to pull some cards and see what's going on. The first question I'm going to ask is this. Will Diddy go to jail? I believe he will. I believe he will by November. I believe he will be arrested. Okay, at least arrested by the next eclipse or some kind of financial problem. There's some kind of financial issue there. They might freeze his accounts on the next eclipse. They might freeze his accounts. Okay, but first I want to ask, will he go to jail for these crimes? Will Diddy go to jail for these crimes? Yes. The Hermit. The Hermit. So yes, he will. He will, the Hermit. I'm going to stop sharing this right here on. The Hermit card came out. So I feel like he might even be in like some kind of solitary confinement, or they might put him in like safety. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a jail expert, but you guys know what I'm talking. It's like protective custody. They might put him to protective custody. I don't feel like they're going to put him in witness protection, but I feel like they'll put him in protective custody. All right. Okay. So the next question I want to ask, will Diddy's bank accounts be frozen? And I will ask that too about the Epstein thing. Will Diddy's bank accounts be frozen on the next eclipse? Because that's what I'm getting. Will Diddy's bank accounts be frozen by the next eclipse? And it's okay if I'm wrong. 5 of Swords indicates to me there will at least be talk of that. Okay. There's at least going to be some kind of argument that this needs to happen. So he will have to fight this in some way. All right. Somebody on Instagram is asking if he will be Jeffrey'd. Will he be Epsteined? And I will also ask about the Tupac and the Biggie connection too, because I know you guys want to know about that. And I'm also going to ask about everybody else getting exposed, because I feel like this is just, it's going to be a domino effect. There's no stopping now. Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. We're getting karma. Good karma and bad karma. I told you guys this year, either get good karma or bad karma. Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Okay. Enough with that. Okay. Will Diddy be Epsteined? Epsteined. Okay. You guys might not like this answer. You guys might. I got Page of Wands, which tells me they might move him someplace. Like I said, protective custody. Protective custody. I don't feel from this reading that he will be Epsteined, even though like my spidey sense is telling me like that's probably, like we all have that spidey sense, like, yeah, this is the same script. They're going to try to Epstein him, but there's something about they're going to put him like in a foreign land. Maybe he did something somewhere else. Okay. Because remember, they're doing Homeland Security. So it's possible that another country will arrest him and he'll be in their prison. I don't know. We'll find out more later. I don't have all the answers, girlfriend. I'm psychic, but I can't get everything. Okay. Off, babe. Yeah. And Epstein. Okay. Will this lead to solving the mysteries of Tupac and Biggie Smalls' murders or unalivings? 2 of Swords So no, they're not going to. This will not release that information. Why don't I think it's going to release that information? I feel like because people will be too upset. Is that ridiculous? So no. All right. But we do want to know, will this lead to a domino effect of other celebrities who are bad guys? Okay. Not nice people, but people who were also participating in these types of situations. Okay. Because we don't want innocent people going to jail. That's not right. But other people who everybody's like, oh, we're just going to kiss their butts all day. They're so good. No. Will this lead to other arrest of well-known people? Yes, Page of Swords. They're asking, I feel like I need to pull another card. Page of Swords, yes. And Five of Pentacles. Okay, so what this is telling me, there's going to be some lawsuits. Okay, there's going to be a lot of lawsuits. Number one. Okay, so the lawsuits will happen first before the arrest. All right. The lawsuits, there's going to be a lot of reveals, and this will lead to a lot of, it's like the whole entire machine is crumbling down. They're not going to have the money anymore. Okay. But there's something that's telling me that they're going to freeze his accounts. There's something that's telling me that they're going to freeze his accounts. All right, guys. I'm so tired. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired. Hey, girlfriend, I'm so tired of all these people doing bad things to other people. It's like nonstop. It's nonstop, this Nickelodeon thing. And then I saw this TikTok today. I don't know if you guys saw it, but remember that show, Head of the Class? I know I'm dating myself. I used to love Head of the Class in the 80s. I'm like, oh, I watch Head of the Class. That teacher rides in with the bicycle. Dan Schneider was on that show. He was like the bigger kid. Okay. Like the chubbier boy. Hey, Brittany. And then the other kid that played his friend, like the curly hair kid, he was also working as a Nickelodeon executive. His name's Brian, and he's also produced a bunch of movies. Like, the rabbit hole is crazy. And also, not just Brian Peck, and then Brian Peck, he worked on Growing Pains, and that other Brian worked on Growing Pains too. There's this account on TikTok, like she's literally doing like charts, like graphs of how these people are connected. She's like, guys, I'm going to figure this out. I'm like, good for you, girlfriend. I don't have the stomach for it anymore. And I know, like, we weren't personally victimized by any of this. We weren't personally, but I feel like as the Pluto and Scorpio generation, okay, I was born in 1984. I was right on the cusp of Pluto and Libra and Pluto and Scorpio, because Pluto went back into Libra for like another year after that. We all watched this stuff. We all watched these shows. And I thought it was weird. Like, what was it? The pie and the slime and then like this potato thing. And it's so gross. And I always thought Ren and Stimpy was icky. And then I saw this other thing that there's a documentary about the Ren and Stimpy guy and how he had a 15-year-old living with him. And it's like we were exposed to so many hypersexualizations and grooming, secondary grooming. It's like we have secondary trauma from this stuff, literally. And as a reader, I mean, like yes, I knew this would be the year of karma. I knew that. We knew that. We all knew that. And it's great to see the validation. It's great to see it. But at the same time, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Because all these people were entertaining us during the time period, during the time when we were most vulnerable. We were watching MTV and TRL and listening to all these, remember the CDs? I loved Diddy back in those days. I mean, I thought he was kind of a jerk, but I loved his music. I love those shows. I wanted to be on those shows. I mean, a lot of us did. Hey, Jason. So it's like secondary trauma, seeing all this stuff. Girl, wonder what J-Lo knows. I miss VH1 so much. I love that. I love New York and Rock of Love and Flavor of Love. I love Flavor of Love. J-Lo, oh, if you haven't already watched my J-Lo reel, go watch my J-Lo reel. And one of my friends, Lady D, Delphine, if you don't follow her on YouTube. She's not on Instagram anymore that much. Soul Therapy with Lady D. But she mentioned this. She said J-Lo prevented Diddy from going to jail. Because remember, there was that shootout at the club, and then she alibied him out. So you can thank her for that. That's probably why she's been doing so well for so many years. I mean, gosh, she was such a good dancer. But I mean, like, her voice is like mediocre. She is no Mariah. She is no Mariah. She's no Ashanti either. And that's why Ashanti hardly has a career anymore. She's doing 90s cruises. You look that up too. Look that up too. J-Lo is not that great of an actress. She's not a horrible actress. Yeah, she's cute. I ain't jealous. But I'm just saying, I'm not jealous. There's a lot of more talented girls. I mean, when I'll just get into it real quick because, like I said, I'm getting tired. So I did acting. I never was in like anything big or anything. I never was on screen except like on YouTube. But I was in the theater. I was in the theater. And believe me, I was studying beside beautiful, talented women who had great voices. Voices that would just like blow your mind. Blow your mind. So, okay. Pluto conjunct Sun and Libra. Well, Ashanti's going to have a comment. I think Ashanti is going to have the last laugh here. Tiffany. Her Pluto's conjunct Sun and Libra. I wonder what degree. Because I think these eclipses, can you imagine Ashanti and Cassie and all these people? They just got their popcorn out and they be sipping. They be sipping and they're with their popcorn. And it only took 20 years. It only took 20 years. But this is such a karmic year. I've never seen anything like it. Now she's looking fly, like we used to say back in the day. Ashanti's looking fly. I'll say this too. When we had that Scorpio South node, Taurus now North node, I know a lot of people did us dirty. I know a lot of people did us dirty. But it's going to come back to them. And it is. It is. The House of Cards about to fall. It's about to fall. And I think this is why. I think this is why they're trying to make people afraid of tarot and astrology and everything. Because when I was at that stupid Ghostbusters movie today, one of the previews was for this tarot movie, and it's like the tarot is going to kill you. It's like just trying to make us scared of our own powers. Maya, yeah, she walked away with her soul and her dignity too. Oh yeah, going back to the suns. That's how I'm going to wrap this up. So supposedly, when I was reading the article on Variety, supposedly his sons were there and they were arrested. Yeah. When I get those powers back, people will know exactly. Yeah. Elise, did you see the tarot movie trailer? It's so terrible. It's so stupid. It's laughable. Anne-Marie, it's the one thing that got me tripping. It's that one thing that got me slim. Oh. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you everybody on YouTube and Instagram for watching. If you like your own reading, you know where to go. SarahAshleyAstrology.com. Hope everybody has a good rest of their eclipse. Love you all. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Bye, YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a beautiful night.